It's 3C2A men's basketball playoff coverage on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Mike Zepeda just joined off with you on tonight's coverage. It's IVC hosting Ventura. And Stoy, an exciting game to be sure. Ventura closed the season very well. Western State North Conference champions. But they're on the road against a very game Irvine Valley College squad. They had a rough go of it in conference play, but probably playing in arguably the best conference in the state.
Yeah, a loaded conference. Of their last 7 losses, 6 of them have come to Saddleback, Fullerton, and Riverside. So that pretty much tells you right there what we're talking about. Obviously in Saddleback and Fullerton, 2 teams that are among the very top favorites forget making a playoff run for a state championship this season, and Riverside, a very dangerous team that we've seen this season, really throttling Ventura earlier in the non-conference schedule. So obviously no chippies for IVC. They failed against the top of the OEC, and that's why they find themselves in a play-in game. But on the other hand, obviously, I think you can forgive them with that level of competition.
How good is the Orange Empire Conference? You have the number 1 and the number 3 seed in the South that came out of there. Fullerton with the top seed in the South throughout the playoffs here for the South, going up to Las Positas. It's win 2 and you're in. Saddleback, the number 3 seed. They were dispatched twice in the Orange Empire Conference by Fullerton, so that's the reason why Fullerton has a top seed in the South. But you know, Andy Brown and company usually always in the mix.
Yeah, you're going to have to work if you're going to get them out of the playoffs.
State champions 2 years ago, runner-up last year, and man, it's a well-oiled machine down there, and Coach Brown usually has it going on. Speaking of well-oiled machines, I got to tell you, Ventura late in the season with the addition of Isaiah Reyes back from injury has been very exciting to watch, and I can only imagine that Coach Jerry Hernandez for IVC got to be a player of focus here tonight.
Yeah, the interesting thing about Ventura College is they're 8-2 in their last 10. Their last 3 losses are a combined 7 points. So Ventura College, it's a very simple question for them in the playoffs. It's a very simple question, Doctor. You know that's where I'm going. The question is this a Pirate team that is what we've seen the last third of the season? That's a very dangerous team led by a trio of very talented players in Reyes, Fennell, and Hankerson. That's a team that's a real dark horse to make a run in the playoffs. Or is that maybe just a little bit of a down Western State North? The Pirates maybe still that team from the first half of the season when they were up and down and really struggled in step-up games. So we're going to get that answer here tonight about which Pirate team we're going to see. And to be honest with you, Michael, I don't know which team it is.
Yeah, it's tough to figure. It's a playoff game. It's on the road. And you wonder, well, hey, IVC only comes in with an overall record of 14-13, below 500 in conference play. Why do they find themselves hosting a playing game? Well, early in the non-conference schedule, they had 2 wins over San Diego and Mount San Jacinto, both teams at home in round 1 of the playoffs. San Diego, Mount San Jacinto, very good this year in the South, and with wins over that. I think the best win on the season for Ventura was a win over San Bernardino earlier this season, but that's really the only one that they can hang their hat on. And even though they had a better record overall, the wins over better opponents is what ultimately led to IVC hosting tonight's matchup, and it should be a good one. And we're about a couple minutes away from the start of tip-off here. The Pirates and the Lasers on SoCalCollegeSports.com, your home for the 2017 3C2A State 8 for both the men's and the women's. Stay tuned, everybody.
And the starting fives heading to the floor for Ventura and Irvine Valley, moments away from this play-in game in the 2017 3C2A basketball playoffs here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. No surprises in the starting lineup, though one minor surprise. Joey Ramirez continuing with Thomas Frank in the starting lineup, replacing Trevor LeCount. So it's Fennell, Hankerson, and Frank up front with Young and Cowan in the backcourt. For the Pirates, will set the lineup for Irvine Valley momentarily. Cowan, as the Pirates win the tip, moves around the Fennell screen. Off to Fennell. Fennell checked by Harvey, who gets a hand in. The ball's on the floor, still fought for. Cowan recovers. Shot clock at 17 as Cowan starts a drive.
Plenty of time, no need to panic. Nice job by Cowan.
Cowan working on Zuri Williams. Shot clock now down to 8. Hankerson way out front. Picked up in a double. Frank open for 3, and that's good.
That's why you put Frank in the starting lineup. LeCount doesn't have that skill set. Another shooter on the floor. Irvine Valley going to have their hands full tonight.
Shoots 47% from long range. He knocks down his first. Zuri Williams along with Anthony Hernandez in the backcourt for Irvine Valley. They go to the alley-oop and the jam. Harvey throws it down. So Harvey, Coleman, and Turner up front. I guess that's a good time to introduce Zach Harvey in the starting lineup. 3-2. Cowan around a Frank screen. Open again for 3. Frank buries it again.
Might want to get a hand up on that guy. 2 for 2 now. And if Frank starts to feel it, I can only wonder what's going to happen when Isaiah Reyes gets into the ballgame.
Frank bringing the range. This is the second meeting of the season between these two teams. Irvine Valley won back early in the season by 7 here in Irvine. Coleman with the turnaround in close, in and out, and Fennell snaps down the rebound.
Pretty good shot there for Coleman, leading scorer for the Lasers. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Fennell between the circles, drops it to Hankerson in the high post.
Go to work, Cordell.
Hankerson faces up, goes back to Fennell inside. Fennell backing down on Harvey, spins baseline, left-handed hook, won't go. Rebound to Coleman. Zuri Williams into the front court. And now he'll back it out and set things up. Just a couple of minutes in. Here on SoCalCollegeSports.com, the Pirates and the Lasers.
I would like to see Vita Fennell cover a little bit more ground with his post move that last time down. Got a pretty good shot out of it, just couldn't get it to go.
Well, Coleman's got Cowan in a switch, but they can't get it to him. Hernandez instead fires from 18. That's no good. Rebound to Fennell. Fennell with a couple of boards early. They try to lob that one down low to Frank, and the turnover will give it back to Irvine Valley.
I don't know where you're going with that pass. There's 3 men down there. Frank doesn't have anybody beat. It's a bad pass, and it's a turnover. You expect
a little bit surprising.
You expect the track meet early here from Ventura. They want to set the tone to get out to a lead. IVC does not play from behind very well.
Very uncharacteristic for Cowan, who has an assist-to-turnover ratio of 5-1 on the season. Coleman facing up on Fennell. Rimming no good.
Coleman,
rebound to Young.
Coleman a little cold early.
Pirates looking to extend on a 4-point lead. Cowan directs traffic out front. Fennell guarded closely by Harvey. Hankerson guarded by Hernandez. Will back it out. Drop it to Fennell. Get it back on the give and go. Pulls up from 15 feet and rimming no good.
That's great 2-man action, though. Good patience, good shot. And that'll go next time down.
Hernandez with the jump stop wants Harvey in the low post. Instead, they'll swing it across. Williams drives it baseline in a crowd. Fennell gets a hand in there and rips it out. Cowan has the steal. Into the front court, swings it across. Young open for 3. That's good.
If you watch that, can we see the replay on here? I think we missed it. That was a great screen by Frank, setting up Young in the corner.
The Pirates are 3 for 3 from long range early on, and that is in total contrast to what happened the first time these two teams met, where the Pirates really struggled from the floor. Coleman in a crowd. Again, Fennell gets a hand in.
Travel.
And we'll have a jump ball called.
Stay here.
So it'll stay with the Lasers, who trail it 9-2, 16-19 remaining here in the first half. Turner will bring it in baseline right. The shot clock at 11, meanwhile. So the Lasers will need to hurry it. Turner still looking. Wants Coleman. Now goes into Harvey. And Cowan might have pushed. We'll see if that's Cowan or Frank, and it's Cowan.
No, it should be Cowan. Got him with the body.
Yeah.
Came underneath. It's a good foul. Harvey a load to deal with down low.
Yeah, they've done a good job of switching to Cowan a couple of times here in the early going. But I got to tell you, Michael, from our experience watching the Pirates, careful what you wish for. Cowan, a pretty good defender in the low post.
He's not bad. He's very stocky, very strong.
Harvey hangs in the air. The reverse layup won't go. Rebound pulled down by Hankerson. Here come the Pirates. In control early. 9-2. Cowan picks it up, goes to Fennell. Fennell faces up at the elbow. Good defense by Harvey. Fennell leads a little help, gets it back to Cowan. Shot clock at 11. Cowan around a Fennell screen. Back to Fennell on the baseline. 15-footer in and out. Rebound tipped around, fought for. Turner pulls it down for Irvine Valley.
That ball thought about going back in, but it stays out. These rims very tight here.
Man, how did that stay out? Hernandez, the son of Coach Jerry Hernandez. Both of Jerry Hernandez's sons on the team. And it's Hernandez in the starting lineup. Williams, a standing dribble out front, shot clock down to 9. The Lasers having some trouble early piercing this Pirate defense. Turner dancing on the dribble, starts a drive on Hankerson. Spins back left, forces one up, that won't go. Young snaps down another rebound.
Cordell Hankerson might be the best on-ball defender in the Western State North.
When he wants to be. I don't think there's any question about that.
I think his half-court defense is fantastic. It's a transition that he gets exposed a little bit.
Cowan fans it out to Hankerson, over to Frank, wide open for 3. Rimming high, no good. Back tap out to the far side. It'll stay with Ventura. So Fennell keeps it alive. A timeout taken by Jerry Hernandez for Irvine Valley. 14:54 remaining in the first half. The Pirates off to a fast start. It's the 2017 3C2A playoffs on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Joe Cap Realty. And Crown Plaza Ventura Beach, Ventura's only beachfront hotel.
Pirates looking to extend on a 7-point lead as Fennell faces up, back to Cowan. Cowan angles left on the dribble, tries to feed it back to Fennell, but threw it behind him. Coleman in transition, foul. That one swatted away by Hankerson, but a foul called will send Coleman to the line. Well, let's wait and see.
I got to tell you, defensively, Cordell Hankerson locked in right now. Did a great job of getting back on that possession and swats the ball out of bounds. Coleman's still going to the stripe, but, I mean, that could have been an N1.
Coleman, the leading scorer for the Lasers, 18.2 a game. And he was up over 21 a game in non-conference play. And I only bring that up to highlight the point that we made at the top of the broadcast, that this is a very difficult conference that Irvine Valley plays in. The Orange Empire Conference, his scoring average dipped to 14. And that is no doubt, at least in large part, to the level of competition that he's playing in the Orange Empire Conference. 4 games against Fullerton and Saddleback to start with. Cowan, Young, curling off a screen, goes back to Cowan. Shot clock at 14. Cowan around a Fennell screen. Back to Hankerson. Shot clock at 10. Fennell in the low post. Backing down on Harvey. Spins to his left in a travel called. That's terrific defense.
That's a good
job. Let's correct
that.
Daniel Hernandez has checked into the game, and it was Hernandez bodying up on Fennell. So Daniel Hernandez into the front court. Oh, no, check that.
That was
okay,
Harvey.
that is hard. Okay, I was only catching the 3 there. So
no, that's all right.
It was Zach Harvey playing defense down low. This is Harvey in the low post. The double team from Fennell comes, and he's got another steal.
He's got 3.
He's had very good hands early, ripped out a couple of balls.
Carl Malone would be proud.
He really would. Hankerson, checked by Turner. Step back 3 for Hankerson. Rims no good.
That's a good shot. Again, another good shot in the half court for Ventura.
Hankerson had the near steal on the pass to Turner. The first time these two teams met, Reyes, Fennell, and Hankerson combined to go 10 for 42 from the field in the game in a 7-point loss. So clearly the Pirates have to feel like if they can get a little more normal performance out of their top 3 guys, you have to like their chances, and early on, it certainly appears that way as the Pirates have the 5-point lead. Padden has checked in for Irvine Valley. Drops it to Hernandez. The Lasers will work it around the outside. Shot clock at 15. Both Hernandez brothers out on the floor. Coleman skips it outside. Hernandez over to Anthony Hernandez. He'll fire from three. Back iron, no good. Fennell has another rebound. It's one and done again for the Lasers. Reyes has checked in for the Pirates.
Lasers working in the red on the season in the rebounding department for opponents.
Fennell for three, and he hits.
Man.
And that is not a surprise. Fennell in the conference season, 56% from three-point range.
Incredible.
And that's not like a 1-for-2 situation here, Michael,
He
either.
shoots 2 or 3 games.
Yeah. 4 threes for the Pirates early. They have the 8-point lead.
Great set. That's a great set.
Djokovic
Great reversal.
knocking down the three from the far side.
Joker from Coleman.
Well, I guess, Djokovic doesn't have a tendency to miss many shots, so why wouldn't Beckham Djokovic also knock out shots? Down low to Fennell. He lays it in.
What a pass.
14-7. The Pirates have doubled up the Lasers early on. Hernandez off to Djokovic. Djokovic swings it over to Anthony Hernandez. They go down low to Padden. Padden facing up on LeCount. Into the lane. Left-handed hook off the front iron. No good. LeCount has the rebound. Reyes wants to run. No numbers. Reyes drives it hard to the glass. Lays it up with the right hand and in.
A lot of contact there. No call. And Reyes, man, what a burst.
What a finish. 16-7. The Pirates have their largest lead early at 9. 11:45 and counting remaining here in the first half. Daniel Hernandez finds Djokovic wide open for three, rimming no good. Rebound to Reyes. Reyes jets into the front court, but now he'll pull it up. Reyes around a Fennell screen, picked up by Coleman. Now Hernandez has him as they switch back. Shot clock at 16. Reyes pulls up for three. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by LeCount. It'll belong to the Lasers. Well, that might be the first three that the Pirates have missed. They've knocked down 4.
Well, I think they're 4 of 6. I think Frank had one from deep that he missed. He's 2 of 3 tonight.
Well, you can't really blame me for not remembering a Frank miss.
That's true.
Although it is noteworthy.
It is news.
It really is. Daniel Hernandez will walk it into the front court. Jack Taylor has checked in for the Lasers as well. Hernandez around a Padden screen. Picked up by Sells, who's checked in. Coleman from the free throw line, in and out. Rebound pulled down by LeCount. The Pirates have been outstanding on the boards early. Reyes, hard drive, hangs in the air, double pump. Yes, and a foul. Isaiah Reyes on fire early on. I'll tell you, it's arguable that Reyes might have been in a situation there where he'd be looking at his second and one opportunity, and that's in about the first couple minutes he's been on the floor. In and out with the free throw. The Lasers trail it by 11. Hernandez off to Djokovic. Hernandez will try from three. Back iron, no good. Long rebound tracked down by Hankerson. Reyes will walk it into the front court. The Pirates in command, leading by 11. Reyes picked up by Padden in a switch. Off to Fennell. He'll try again from three and hit.
Can't give him that type of rhythm. Timeout, IVC. Ventura on fire here in the Laser Dome. 21-7. 10:15 remaining in the first half. It is all Pirates from Irvine Valley. 21-7, and it's getting late early here for Irvine Valley in the play-in game, round 1 of the 3C2A 2017 men's basketball playoffs. Mike Zapata, Jeff Stoynoff with you here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Taylor with it on the far side, looking for Harvey flashing at the top. Taylor will bring it over. Over to Williams, looking for Harvey down low. Williams will drive the lane, pushed off. I think he traveled. Or is that going to be a foul? So they will call a foul. Like Williams maybe just fell over there, but he'll get the call. Foul's going to go against Trevor LeCount. Sells into the ball game for Ventura.
What a start for the Pirates.
Yeah, you know, I expected this. I had a conversation with Coach Ramirez. Also had a conversation with Will Cowan earlier in the week. In fact, yesterday, and they said expect the track meet early, and we're seeing that here. They are very three happy, and luckily for them, they're getting good shots from three, and they're hitting. Reyes off of the missed shot from Harvey. Little stutter step, keeps his dribble, guarded by Williams. Pretty good on-ball defense there from Williams. And off to LeCount in the short corner. Fennell from the top of the key working on Harvey. Good close out there by Harvey. Off to Hankerson, back to Fennell. Wide open shot from three. In and out. Vida Fennell just off the mark. Williams has that dribble nearly stolen. Goes to the bucket, banks it up, can't get it to go. Coleman tried to get the rebound. Fennell right there with it. Another one-and-done situation for IVC. Ventura locked in defensively. They'll take a timeout here, talk things over. 9:13 to go. Let's keep it here. Stoynoff, how good do the Pirates look like right now?
And it's unbelievable that the level of play in all phases of the game. You just talked about the one and done. They're hitting the boards. They're contesting shots, not picking up fouls. The defense is outstanding. They've allowed 7 points in nearly 11 minutes, and they've knocked down 5 threes. What more do you want from a team over 11 minutes of basketball? You can't do it a lot better.
No, you really can't. And then, you know, defensively, you're doing a really, really good job. Now, granted, IVC does not put up a ton of points. In fact, they gave up more points than they scored in conference play. The differential wasn't that far off, but you look at their season schedule, you look at their overall record, 14-13. They're coming off their worst loss of the season to Riverside in the conference finale. They lost by 20, 79-59. And, you know, you expected some good energy early on, but, man, the Pirates have come out firing from all barrels, and they're hitting.
Well, when you knock down shots like this, even against a good defensive team, there's not a whole lot they can do.
You're exactly right. Double high screen, that's going to be a push-off by Reyes. That's a pretty easy call.
Well, they're being very physical with Isaiah Reyes early, and I think that Reyes is playing into it a little bit. That's the second time that I've seen him push off a little bit with that off arm, and that time he got caught.
If they come up the middle, go around him, he's so fast, and he has the ability to do just that. Turner with it. Comes up top. Harvey with some space down low. Fennell straight up. Tough shot.
That's a great job by Fennell.
It's just another great defensive possession for the Pirates. Oh, Reyes had Cordell Hankerson in transition, missed him up top. Instead, it's a step back three. It's short. Rebound 5-4, and it's won by Williams. Dribbles off the back of his foot. LeCount lays it up, lays it in. Costly turnover for Irvine Valley, and they do not turn it over very much. I want to say it's only 14 a game on the season.
Somewhat uncharacteristic, to be sure. I'm checking the stat for you, Michael.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I got 12.7 a game.
I was going to say 13, but I rounded up a little bit. Wide open three for the Lasers, and Hernandez off the mark. It's a long rebound, comes off to Harvey. Harvey taps it out and goes to Williams. Tapped out of bounds by Reyes. It'll stay here with the Lasers. 25 on the shot clock.
Well, the Lasers are in disarray right now offensively, and it's not surprising. Their leading scorer and only scorer in double figures on the season, Lance Coleman II, he's really been taken out of what he wants to do offensively, and the Lasers are having a hard time finding somebody who can knock down some shots.
Good high post entry there, and Coleman's a little gun shy. Coleman had a wide open shot from the top of the key. He's thinking too much. Don't think, just shoot. You can only hurt the ball club. It's a turnover. We're going back the other way for the Pirates. Pirates up by 16 here. IVC only in single digits, and we're about 12 minutes through. Reyes working a little two-man action with Vida Fennell. Did he travel or did he get fouled?
Well, I think they're going to say that Harvey brought the arm down there.
So that'll be on the shot. Reyes is going to go to the line. Harvey whistled for the personal.
Well, that's the nightmare of dealing with Isaiah Reyes. He appears to be out of control there on that drive, but he's so good playing at 100 miles an hour that as a defender, you feel like you have to contest everything he does.
These two teams met earlier in the season, back in November, completely different teams at this point. Isaiah Reyes was nursing a knee injury, had some time off, was able to get back to full strength, and right now he is in playoff form, clicking on all cylinders, 24-7. Pirates, their biggest lead here tonight.
Yeah, the first time these two teams met, the Pirates were limited to 65 points. Only one team limited them to fewer points this season. That was Canyons. But right now you look at the pace, and the Pirates are on pace to put up about 80 or so. That's much more to the Pirates' liking. So it's a completely different matchup the second time around.
Turnover for IVC, another timeout for the Lasers, 7:29 to go. Still all Pirates here from the Laser Dome. (24-7). Pirates with a commanding lead here in the first half. And Jeffrey, it's starting to look bleak for IVC, and we have a lot of time left in this ballgame.
How good is the Pirates' defense early on in this matchup? It seems like the Pirates have cooled off a little bit from the field in the last few minutes, Michael. They're on a 10-0 run right now.
It's incredible.
I mean, that'll tell you how stifling their defense is right now.
Winner of this game will get El Camino Compton on Saturday. And should the Pirates hold here, we're going to have a doubleheader of men's and women's basketball. Ventura will host in the women's in round one.
Well, that'll be a little more stern offensive challenge. That's a long way off, but El Camino Compton probably not going to play in the 60s in that game.
Probably not. Fennell wide open down low, lays it up and lays it in. Coleman just can't deal with it.
Well, it's difficult to guard Fennell when he's so effective facing up from long range and knocking down shots. Coleman has to defend that.
Coleman trying to go down low. Answer on the other end, working against Fennell. Right-handed hook, no good. Rebound, Isaiah Reyes. 4-on-4. That's good hands from the back end by Parker Sims.
Yeah,
Cowan tracks it down and retains possession here for the Pirates.
Yeah, Jerry Hernandez trying everybody here in the first half. He's trying to find a combination that can work at all.
Cowan hesitating at the high post, picks up his dribble, gives back to Isaiah Reyes, 8 on the shot clock. Reyes is going to have to create something here. Fires away from 3, short. Rebounded by Hernandez, off to Williams. In transition, good hands there from Isaiah. It's won, though, by the Lasers, and they can't get it to go point blank. That was Turner off the mark. Still, Turner puts it back up and puts it in. That's the first time, really, we've seen Ventura give up an offensive rebound and burn them.
Yeah, I think they were looking to run off of that and just forgot to get back and work the defensive glass.
Cowan dribbling up and down, gives out to Hankerson. Enters into Fennell. Fennell one-on-one. Can't have that happen. Nice post move down low. It's a travel.
I think it's a nice job by Coleman defensively. I think Fennell is anticipating a little bump there with the fake. Coleman instead does a good job moving his feet. Fennell ends up shuffling his feet and turning it over.
Turner with it on the far side. Gives off to Hernandez. It's reversed near side to Williams. Coleman up top. Looking down low. trying to go high-low. Instead, he will bring it to Parker Sims. Sims screens off on Williams. Terrific defense here from the Pirates. Oh, LeCount with a bailout foul. That's just a bad foul. Don't bring your hands down. It's a tough shot already.
LeCount does a nice job to recover there and get back. But exactly as you say, Michael, drops the hand, ends up committing the foul there instead of contesting the shot. And that's exactly what the Pirates have been doing so well here in the first about 15 minutes of this game.
You drop the hand, and a foul is going to be called about 99% of the time, especially at this level. Because at this point, once you drop the hand, if there's any type of contact made, even if it's all ball, the likelihood of the call being made is going to be very high.
Williams, a 74% foul shooter. He's the second leading scorer on the team. So with Coleman struggling, Zuri Williams needs to step it up here.
Second free throw up and good for Williams. So IVC, after the two made free throws, finally in the double digits, but there's only 5:30 remaining in the first half, and the Pirates have 26 on the board. Great skip pass over to Hankerson, frees himself up on the baseline. Oh, that's a terrific athletic move by Cordell. Hangs in the air, goes reverse on the other side, nobody there, and it's an easy layup for Cordell Hankerson. Turn off to Williams. Williams looking inside for Coleman. Coleman going to work, drops up. Double team, can't get it to go. Frank fighting for the rebound, comes off to Fennell. Fennell, Isaiah Reyes, nifty crossover, goes to the bucket. Coleman swats it out of bounds.
Well, that's about as close to a highlight as there's been for Irvine Valley in the first half, and it still gives the ball back to the Pirates.
And Harvey will come on for Coleman. And that's just good coaching. Coach Hernandez saw that Coleman had given a little bit into the ear of Reyes after he blocked that shot emphatically. It's a teaching point. You're my best player. We're down 17 in the playoff game, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's a teaching point, and you're going to learn your lesson here.
I got to tell you, I think a couple of minutes on the bench for Coleman is not the worst idea in general, as much as he seems to be struggling to find his rhythm in this game as well.
Completely agree with you, Stoy. That's a tough entry pass. Cowan tracks it down before it goes into the backcourt. Gets it back from Hankerson. They're going to reset. Fresh shot clock here for the Pirates. Cowan nearly lost his footing. Gives off to Sells. Sells looking inside. That's a terrific denial there by Parker Sims fronting in the post.
He didn't almost lose his footing. He was going to the curly kneel.
Oh, there you go.
I think the slide.
The rope-a-dope. Fennell from deep. That's long. Rebound fought for one by Williams. Williams in transition. Hernandez, the intended target. The pass was deflected. Reversed over to Turner. Turner drives the lane on. He goes past Fennell, but he can't put it up and put it in. Cowan fights for it. Hankerson gets a hand on it. We're in transition the other way for the Pirates. Hankerson hangs in the air, and he's fouled. Harvey came down with a hand.
Yeah, Harvey got
everybody up to pick up Cordell Hankerson. This team, Jeffrey, in the Pirates has really done a great job of gelling together here late in the season. And I got to tell you, they look like a very tough out here in the South.
One thing you've been harping on all season, I think with good reason, is transition defense for this Pirate team. And part of what keyed that last possession for Hankerson was the way the Pirates were able to get back and defend in a transition opportunity for the Lasers. Nothing doing, and they end up getting a break the other way.
Well, I tell you what do we like to say? They have the tools and the talent, but sometimes the cohesion not all there. Tonight, not the case.
Don't you have the feeling that it's a little bit like Major League when they got Reyes back, is all they needed was something to bring it all together? Because once Reyes started to get the rhythm back, it really seemed to rejuvenate everybody on the team, and they became really a different team.
There's so many places I could go with that, but I'm not going to.
Well, you know how disappointed I am to hear that.
Maybe I'll do something off air. 29-11, make it 30, 4:13 to go, and the Pirates looking like world beaters here at IVC.
This looks like a 2-3 zone. Something different for Joey Ramirez.
They're going away from the man. Turner into the high post at the elbow, puts it up and puts it in.
You know, Mike, I'm not sure when you've only allowed 11 points and you're playing lockdown D, what the reasoning might be behind switching up the defense at that point.
Saving legs.
Okay.
I completely agree with you. I mean, but you're going deep. You got Sells out there right now. It's a steal for Williams. Sells on the floor. He gets dirty. That's going to be a kick by Sells, I think.
But that's something that you can live with if you're the Pirates. You take away the transition opportunity. Great play by Sells.
Sells gets on the floor.
Well, let's see if they stay with the 2-3 zone. The Lasers did a terrific job attacking the zone as Turner was able to knock down the open 15-footer the first time they saw it. And the last thing you want against a well-coached team with some talent like Irvine Valley, obviously they're a playoff team here, is anything that's maybe going to get them some confidence, get them into a rhythm. All of a sudden, this can become a very close game very quickly.
I think anything with regard to a scheme as far as the half court goes, I think it's going to be very tough to execute for Ventura. They're more of an instinctual athletic ball club. They can maybe trap you, but settling into a zone and allowing you to just come at them, I don't think that fits their skill set.
Meanwhile, Coleman has returned for Irvine Valley.
Coleman back to the ball game. Has it up top right now for IVC, working on Vida Fennell. Picks up his dribble, gives off to Sims to Hernandez. Hernandez, great show there from LeCount, trying to recover to Sims. Late to get there, and so is Fennell. So IVC starting to find their groove here just a little bit.
Mike, what did Bob Knight say the most important points in a basketball game? Last 5 minutes of the first half, first 5 minutes of the second half. This is a critical juncture here for both teams.
IVC can close the gap, but Hankerson scores on the other end, gets it back to a 17-point advantage for the Pirates. Turner on the near side, Hernandez trying to rise up. No, gives back to Sims. Sims will fire from deep, it's long. Rebound, 4-and-1 by Fennell.
Lucky Turner doesn't pick up a foul. Should say Irvine Valley lucky Turner doesn't pick up a foul going over Fennell's back.
Coach Joey Ramirez calling out a play. Cowan goes in to execute. Enters into LeCount at the high post, and that should have been a push-out for LeCount. Gets away with it. Gives off to Sells. 6 on the shot clock. LeCount's going to have to put one up on the rim. Fennell
terrific feed.
Gets it up. What an interior pass there from Trevor LeCount. And Fennell with a finish.
Well, LeCount went for 12 points the first time these two teams met. A rare bright spot in that game offensively for the Pirates.
Williams had some breathing room. Kicks it over to Hernandez. Down low to Coleman. It should have been a foul on Fennell. It is. Late call. Going to be the 16th foul, so no free throws yet. That should have been before the shot.
Meanwhile, the Lasers had crept back within 15. But the Pirates have responded with a couple of shots. They have it back out to 19, so they appear to have quelled that run, staying in control here in this first half.
Baseline out of bounds for the Lasers, working in the white. That's a 5-second count. Where's the count? It's very close. Sims with it on the far side, reverses it. Here's Hernandez. Hernandez driving the lane, looking for a cutting Williams. That's a great job by Hankerson in the denial. And Hankerson on the far side, all over that one. In transition, pulls up, good jump stop, finish. Cordell Hankerson.
Well, that is just Hankerson on both ends right there. Terrific job playing the passing lane. And then does the rest on his own.
That's a good drive inside. And that's a great finish there by Djokovic. He has 5.
Yeah, Djokovic gave him a nice run earlier in this first half, knocking down a 3.
And that shot just came too easy for Djokovic. Here's Cowan. Cowan over to Fennell. Williams taps it out of the hand of LeCount. He gets it back off to Cowan. Cowan with 10 on the shot clock. Working here over to Sells. Fennell wide open from the corner for 3. It's long. Tapped out by LeCount, but right to Williams. Williams in transition for the Lasers. Williams, near side, Djokovic. It wasn't a clean pass. It's going to go out of bounds. It should be a backcourt violation on the Lasers, and it is. Another turnover for IVC in the first half. The Ventura defense stifling. I mean, IVC not doing themselves any favors, but I got to tell you, I think it's more the defensive prowess here for Ventura than anything.
Yeah, Cowan giving the pressure there to Djokovic, but Djokovic has a pretty clear pass there back to Hernandez. And really just as you make the point, really just overthrows him at that point. That's not a turnover that the Lasers really need to make or are really forced into making.
About a 6-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So Isaiah Reyes is going to take the air out of the ball. Let time wind down. Going to go with an overload set here, probably try to set up Fennell. Here's Sells from the wing. Kicks it back out to Hankerson, who's going to have to create. No, over to Reyes. Reyes gets a screen. Has some room from the perimeter. Gets past the defender. Wide open Hankerson. 3. No. Rebounded by Frank. 5 seconds on the clock. Reyes is going to have to fire from 30. No good. And we will go in at the half 36-17. The Pirates are knocking on the door to Saturday for Compton. And they are in the crowd here tonight. Looks like the Pirates are going to be playing at 7 o'clock. We'll be back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports.
Whether you're here for business or pleasure, your satisfaction is our top priority. Located just minutes away from the historic downtown Ventura and 20 minutes away from the nearby attractions in Santa Barbara, our hotel features 19,000 square feet of space, including Nam Tequila Grill and the Aqua Beachfront Bar. Our rooms feature beautiful views of the ocean and the surrounding foothills. Reservations can be made at www.cpventura.com. Crown Plaza Ventura Beach, the place to meet. With more than 40 years' experience, we strive to provide the very best in real estate and property management services. No matter what your real estate needs are, turn to the realtors who have been serving the Ventura area for over 4 decades. You can find us at www.joecaprealestate.com. And remember, everybody, to follow us March 9th through the 12th as we bring you the 3C2A Men's and Women's Basketball Championship at Las Positas College. You can, of course, catch those games on our YouTube channel at SoCal College Sports 1 and, of course, on our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube and also to follow us on Twitter at SoCal College SPO, S-P-O. Be sure to tune in March 9th through the 12th as we bring you the 3C 2A Men's and Women's Basketball Championship at Las Positas College. You can, of course, catch those games on our website, www.socalcollegesports.com, as well as on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And, of course, be sure to follow us on Twitter at SoCal College SPO, S-P-O.
Halftime here from IVC, and the Pirates laying it on the Lasers right now, 36-17. Mike Cepeda just joined off with you. And Jeffrey, the Pirates, they closed the season well, and they are opening the playoff season very well here tonight. Really getting it done from beyond the arc, and defensively they have been fantastic. They have only allowed 23% shooting from the field for IVC, and a lot of that due to the great defense in the half court.
Yeah, Mike, we said in the pregame that they might be good, but we didn't know that they were going to be good. I mean, this is unbelievable. In all phases of the game, you take a look. I mean, where to even begin with the stats? But obviously you start with the defense, and they limit IVC to 6 for 26 from the field. 1 of 6 from long range. And I think the number there that's significant is not just the 17%, but the only 6 attempts. That shows you how well they're contesting on the perimeter, simply not allowing the Lasers to get into any kind of offense. Yeah. The Lasers wanted to slow down the pace, to be sure, but they're having to run the shot clock a long time to get anything going. And it's showing on the scoreboard where they're down by 19.
Yeah, taking too long to really get into their sets. And in the second half, you're going into the second half down 19. You're going to have to speed up the pace of the ball game. Expect the amount of threes to be taken here in the second half for the Lasers to go up. But they only make 7 threes a game on the season. So they don't exactly shoot it a ton or make it a ton from beyond the arc on the season. And, unless they get hot in a hurry, you're going to find Ventura playing El Camino Compton, who's in the crowd right now, scouting this game out on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously that's a ways off, but that'll be a completely different matchup. But, Mike, as long as the Pirates play defense the way that they are, it wouldn't seem that there's much that the Lasers will be able to do.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, Reyes comes in, he only has 5 points, and they're up by 19. And really, who set the tone early? It was Thomas Frank.
Hitting a couple threes early.
He hit 2 early threes, but what does that do? That extends the defense for IVC. You have to come out and guard him. That frees up Vida Fennell. From 3, he had some wide open looks. He had a couple more that could have gone. They ended up not going. He had one that was in and out that we were baffled as to how it didn't go in.
I mean, again, we made the point in the first half. We dropped the statistic in the first half. Between Fennell, Hankerson, and Reyes, in the first matchup between these teams, they were all 3 there. They only made 10 field goals in the game, 10 for 42. They've already made 10 tonight. They're 10 for 24. So the Pirates getting a lot more production from the top 3, and it's showing on the scoreboard.
Couple minutes away here from the start of the second half. You're watching 3C2A Men's Basketball Playoff Edition here on SoCal College Sports.
Second half set to get underway. Pirates come out with their same starting five. It'll be Cowan and Young with Hankerson, Fennell, and Frank. And why not?
Jeff, what did I say to you earlier in the week? We like to play poker on occasion, and I said this matchup on paper, coming off of a loss versus Riverside, if you had to rank him in terms of hands, I said Ventura's like an ace-jack versus a suited ace-rag.
Yeah, it's looking more like aces versus ace-king so far, if I may stay with the analogy.
No, I like it.
The Lasers return with their starting five. Hernandez and Williams in the backcourt. Turner, Harvey, and Coleman up front. A delay here getting started.
Maybe we can bring in like a poker room sponsor or something like that. I love it.
This second half brought to you by, I don't even know, all the poker sites are gone, aren't they?
No, not the site. I mean like an actual poker room. Maybe like the one at Ojai or the one up north.
Yeah.
Santa Barbara County. I think it's Chumash. Within proximity of Ventura, anyway. They're trying to figure out the arrow, and I believe it's supposed to be with IVC. There were 2 jump balls, and Ventura won the opening tip.
Lasers in the home whites. Pirates in the road black. We're underway here in the second half. Williams between the circles. Off to Turner. Turner guarded closely by Young. Circles right on the dribble. They'll work it around to Williams. Shot clock at 16. Coleman catch and shoot from 3. Back iron, no good. Hankerson has the long carom for the Pirates.
That's a pretty good look from Coleman, but what did we say? They're going to have to start firing away from deep, and hopefully if you're an IVC follower, they go in.
Yeah, Coleman shoots 38% from long range, but he has been completely shut down by the Pirates. Cowan drops it down low to Frank. Fakes and peels back out. Young with the jump stop, hangs in the air, shot off the glass, won't go. Hernandez rips down the rebound. Here come the Lasers. Turner jets in from the left, into the lane, forces up a shot in the crowd, pulled down by Coleman. Coleman on the offensive glass, that won't go. Hankerson has it tipped and now controls for the Pirates.
And Ventura really, they can just take the air out of the ball here in the second half. Doesn't mean that they're not playing to win, but let's be smart about it.
Lobbed into Fennell, back out to Hankerson, open for 3, kaboom!
Terrific feed from Fennell, in rhythm, and Hankerson locked and loaded in the shooter's pocket, fires away and hits from deep.
Hankerson getting into the act from long range. That's his first 3. The Pirates have their largest lead at 22. Williams around to Coleman screen, drives the lane, tries to leave it for Harvey. It's tapped out to the far side. Fennell trying to chase it down, but can't do it. It'll stay with Irvine Valley. Shot clock at 13. Coleman will bring it in, foul line extended right. Turner in on Fennell. Fakes twice, forces one up, that won't go. The rebound tapped outside, Frank tracks it down.
Again, terrific defense from Vida Fennell. I'd like to see a little bit of a fadeaway there from Turner.
Cowan lobs it into Fennell. Harvey got a hand in there to knock it free on the baseline. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Ventura.
Hernandez can't contain that from going out of bounds, and Djokovic comes back in pretty early to this ball game.
Yeah, Beacom Djokovic off the bench led the Lasers in scoring with 5 points. And he might have been the lone bright spot for the Lasers in the first half. Cowan has it. Swings it across to Young in the corner. Frank for 3, in and out. Rebound to Coleman.
Thought he had it. He held a hand up.
That is a spot where Frank likes to hang out.
He had that little hop as he went into the ball and caught it.
Lasers working it around the outside. Williams around to Harvey's screen. Off to Djokovic. Djokovic fakes a 3. Circles right. Shot clock at 10. Hernandez guarded closely by Cowan. Harvey will fire from 3 and hit.
I was watching Harvey in warm-ups earlier today, and he has a very deft stroke from beyond the arc. I'm surprised he doesn't shoot it more, and they're going to need a lot more of that here in the second half.
Yeah, he shoots 33% from long range, but takes less than 1 3 a game. Fennell in the low post. The double team from Williams. They swing it around to Cowan. Cowan on the drive. Hooks it out. Fennell open for 3, but whistles come in before the shot, and I believe that Fennell stepped on the baseline or the sideline.
Yeah.
So that'll give it back the turnover, a rare turnover for the Pirates tonight.
It's good action, though, from Ventura. Really like that Fennell relocated to the three-point line, and he was going to have a wide-open three-pointer if he didn't step on the sideline.
Djokovic directing traffic out front, out to Williams. Working left on the dribble, little stutter step, dribble drive. Cowan got a hand in on the drive and a foul called. Williams going to head to the line for a couple of free throws.
Yeah, on the season, Ventura averages about 18 turnovers a game. They only had 6 in the first half.
Yeah, they've been incredibly sharp tonight.
Sharp.
17:02 remaining in the ball game. Pirates lead it by 19, but Williams going to head to the line. Lasers only took 4 free throws in the first half. They hit them all. Williams 2 for 2, and that free throw is up and good. Not a lot of fouls being called on either side. 9 free throw attempts combined between the two teams. And meanwhile, that's the first foul called in the second half. So it appears the playoffs are here, Michael. They're letting them play. Williams hits both free throws. A quick 5-0 run for the Lasers. They're within 17. Showing some pressure. Cowan in the front court. Drops it to Young on the give and go. And a foul! Young with an incredible finish. Take a look. That's unbelievable. I mean, Harvey comes over there. Does everything he can to contest that shot, and Young with the circus finish completes the three-point play. It's been that kind of a night for the Pirates, who now lead it by 20. Well, we're not unaccustomed to seeing Young and three-point plays, but that's a little different variety.
Shoots it over 40% on the season from beyond the arc, but does it the old-fashioned way.
Williams guarded closely by Hankerson, off to Hernandez. Down low to Coleman. Coleman working on Frank. Spins baseline, hook shot is good.
Well, if Coleman starts to feel it from down there, you have to see what he's going to give you here in the second half. You keep on feeding the horse.
Averages over 18 a game. Cowan with the crossover. Still dancing. Drives it to the glass. Left-handed layup. Won't go. Rebound on the floor. Djokovic has it for the Lasers.
Nice job by Coleman with a box out on Fennell.
Hernandez will swing it around to Williams. Williams holding wide left. Now angles right on the dribble. Open for 3. That's no good. They're going to stay here, and a foul called on the rebound. I believe this is going to go against Frank. It is Frank. Okay. So Frank with the foul on the floor. That is the second team foul on Ventura. 16 minutes exactly remaining in the ballgame. Ventura leads it by 18. Djokovic into Hernandez. Fresh shot clock for the Lasers. Djokovic faces up on Hankerson. Drives the lane. Fakes. Bumped by Hankerson, and Djokovic gets a shot off. He'll head to the line for a couple of free throws on a good pump fake.
That's a tough call. I just thought Djokovic was whirling and dirling and just lost his footing. I don't think there was very much contact from Hankerson. For considering that, a couple minutes ago we just said, hey, playoff basketball has arrived and they're letting them play.
Yeah.
I wouldn't exactly call that foul call as one that fits in that category.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, as Djokovic hits the first free throw, I thought I saw some contact, but it's very arguable that Djokovic really spun back into Hankerson. Yeah. And the contact was brought about just as much by Djokovic as by Hankerson, if at all.
And by rule, that shouldn't be a foul call.
Yep. The Lasers are perfect tonight, 8 for 8 from the line now. They're within 16, but every time they've started to make a little run, the Pirates have had an answer. Young in from the right, pulls up from 17. That's no good. Coleman snaps down the rebound. Williams back the other way. Djokovic holding on the left wing.
I think if IVC scores here, you think about a timeout.
Padden in the low post working on Fennell. Has that one tipped away. Cowan had a chance, but Hernandez recovers for Irvine Valley. Whistles come in. Let's see what the call is. Okay, so they're going to need to reset the shot clock. They had reset it, put it back to 16, and the Lasers will bring it in. Coleman has it. Williams between the circles. Hooks it to Coleman. Baseline drive. Layup is good.
That's too easy. That's good positioning there offensively by Coleman, working early in that possession.
maybe, just maybe, for Irvine Valley. Coleman is starting to get it going. Timeout taken, 42-28. Ventura leading by 14. You are watching Ventura College basketball on SoCalCollegeSports.com. So we're going to keep it here.
Keep it here.
Okay.
Okay, it's a full timeout. You know what? We'll still keep it here. This broadcast being brought to you by Joe Camp Realty and by Crown Plaza, Ventura Beach.
As well as Promenade Press.
Good plug.
Lest we forget.
Well, Jeffrey, it looks like IVC starting to chip away here in the second half, and I really like what they're doing with Coleman on the inside.
Yeah, they're finding better shots for Coleman, and I think it's very clear now they're getting him in spots on the floor where he's clearly more comfortable working down low, and they did get away from that in the first half. No doubt brought about by the type of defense that the Pirates were playing throughout that first 20 minutes.
I wouldn't say the Pirates defensively are bad here in the second half, but what has IVC gone to? They've gone to a full-court trap, and what they're trying to do is speed up the ball game and force early shots into the possession to extend the game and give them some more shots on the other end offensively. When you rush shots and they don't fall for the Ventura side, that's when you're going to see IVC go on a couple runs, and that's what we've seen here, the lead cut to 14.
Yeah, not how you might have originally thought of this matchup, but trailing by double digits here in the second half, I think what they have to go to, and thus far it's been effective.
And Ventura has to know what IVC is trying to do. They have to be reminded of what they're trying to do, especially in the full court. You want to work down every possession.
Young lobs it down low for Fennell. The double team comes. Back to Young on the baseline. They'll work it around outside to Cowan. Cowan finds Young. Shot clock at 6. Cowan faces up. Circles left, comes up shooting from 17. Rimming no good. Rebound pulled down by Padden.
That's a good shot, but again, Ventura better time that time of utilizing the shot clock than letting it wind down to below 4 on the clock. It's travel.
Coleman with a walk. Here comes Isaiah Reyes for the Pirates of Joey Ramirez.
What a luxury it is to have Isaiah Reyes come in. Oh, hey, you know, we're a little stagnant offensively. Let me throw in maybe the most electric player in the state of California into the ballgame off the bench.
A guy who seems to be able to get to the front of the rim against anybody. Here he is on the drive. But that pass, a miscommunication with Young, the turnover.
You have one player playing at one speed and everybody else is slowed down, so it might take a couple possessions offensively for Ventura to get back into rhythm here. Talked about the cohesion, so good defensively and offensively in the first half. Need to get back to that.
Yeah, Reyes with 5 points in the first half, but also chipped in with 5 assists.
And that press that we just talked about that IVC has gone to in the full court after a made basket, likely not going to work against the likes of Isaiah Reyes.
Williams guarded by Frank. Hernandez swings it around to Djokovic. Padden hit by Reyes. Foul called. That's going to be the 4th team foul on the Pirates. So a non-shooting foul. Irvine Valley will keep it, trailing by 14. They're on an 11-3 run, are the Lasers. But it's only gotten them back within 14. Hernandez kicks it outside. Djokovic fakes, now fires, back iron, no good. Young has the rebound.
Textbook box out from Calvin Young.
Reyes will pull things up. Shot clock at 24 as the Pirates will set up.
That last foul on Reyes, his second here.
Reyes working on Hernandez. Around a Young screen, picked up by Williams in a switch. Reyes on a baseline drive, hooks a pass outside. Frank for 3, no good. Rebound outside, tracked down by Hernandez.
That's a good look, and you expect Ventura, to not make every one of them everything was going in the first.
Williams between the circles, finds Coleman, quick pass to Padden, who lays it in.
That's a great pass on the inside there from Coleman as the defense shifted over. Padden wide open in the finish.
The Lasers back within 12. This is as close as they've been in some time. Reyes off to Frank. Hankerson guarded by Djokovic. Shot clock at 12. Reyes around a Fennell screen, into the lane, spins to the hoop, has that one stripped on the way up. Coleman's got it. Here come the Lasers.
Got to get back on defense.
Williams will back things out for Irvine Valley. Coleman catch and shoot from the elbow, no good. Long rebound to Reyes.
They needed that one.
Reyes into the front court, no numbers, so he'll pull things out. Reyes dancing on the dribble, comes up shooting from long range, rimming no good.
Don't like that shot.
Rebound to Patton in the corner.
That's Reyes forcing the issue. Let the game come to you. You're up by 12 here. You don't need to force it. If it goes, great, but not the shot that you want if you're Coach Joey Ramirez.
Williams around a Coleman screen. Kicks it outside. Djokovic skips it to Hernandez. They find Williams in the corner. He'll fire from 3. Back iron, no good. Young has the long rebound. Reyes wants to run. It's a 1-on-3. Into the lane. Shot swatted out of play, but a foul call.
This is the type of stretch that you cannot have against a team like El Camino Compton, who is watching right now in the stands.
You know, Mike, I have the feeling, and you wonder about this sometimes, but the Pirates were in such a good rhythm that it made sense strategically to kind of take the air out of the ball. But that's such a dangerous thing to do where it can easily take you out of your rhythm. And now all of a sudden they seem a little bit disheveled offensively.
Yeah, disheveled offensively. If anything, I'm surprised they waited until the 14-minute mark to get Isaiah Reyes back into the ballgame.
He misses the first free throw. He's got one more coming. And the Pirates have been stuck on 42 for a little while.
And Isaiah needs to just really slow things down. He's complaining to the referee, hey, that should have been a foul last time down. You know what? Just cooler heads are going to prevail here. Takes his time on that second free throw, does a nice job, gets it to go.
43-30. Pirates have the 13-point lead, 11:44 and counting remaining in the ballgame. Hernandez, and this is Daniel Hernandez, who's checked in for Irvine Valley. Djokovic on a baseline drive and a foul called before the shot. The crowd reacts, but it's a non-shooting foul. Reyes picks up another foul. That'll be his third, and that is something to keep an eye on. Here comes Cowan, and he's going to come in and replace Reyes. And right now, Reyes is fired up, and I think, Michael, maybe a little too fired up, as you were making the point just a moment ago. So Joey Ramirez is going to give him a little time on the bench to rest up. But he's heading right back to the scorer's table. I think he's coming right back in the game. Williams angles left on the drive. A little hesitation. Shot off the glass. Won't go, but a foul called. It was a late whistle, but Williams going to head to the line.
Again, if you're going to let him play, don't call that. That's a bad foul.
It's Calvin Young who picks up the foul. It's the 6th on the Pirates. And this is an important development in this game. Now the Lasers will be taking free throws on every foul the rest of the way, and there's still 11:25 to go in this ballgame. Williams readies the first free throw. It's up and good. The Lasers stay perfect from the line. Williams himself is 5 for 5 tonight from the charity stripe.
Reyes right back in for Cowan. That was just that was a timeout and a substitution there by Coach Ramirez. I really like it. Hey, you know what? This is what we're trying to do. You're
in and out, back in again.
You're the most electrifying player on the court. Be that and don't try to force the issue.
This one a long way from over. They continue on the trap. Reyes hooks it outside. Young will fire for 3. That's short. Long rebound to Williams. Williams jets into the front court. Looking for Coleman in the pass. Tipped out of bounds, but off of Coleman, so that gives it back to the Pirates.
And you know what? Hankerson missed on one end, hustled back to the other end to really force the errant pass, and it goes off of Sims out of bounds. Ventura now with the basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's correct that. It was Hankerson who missed the 3 before, but did a great job getting back. Reyes into the front court. Dancing on the dribble. He'll pull it back out, set things up for the Pirates. Shot clock at 21. Reyes driving right, forces one up on the glass, and a foul. Man, unbelievable. Reyes with the strength to get that shot up on the rim after he was bumped on the drive. He's caught the tail end. That is
tremendous body
it's just
control.
Unbelievable. And you can't teach that. I mean, for a guy to take that kind of contact, put the shot up on the glass,
that kind of
and
speed
get it to
too.
go. Yeah. So Reyes with a huge three-point play. The Pirates back out in front by 14 as we're under 11 minutes to go.
Such a dagger if you're IVC, chipping back into this one. Reyes, just a great individual play.
Williams looking for Sims down low. Instead, they find an open Djokovic for 3. That's short. The rebound on the floor, and Fennell has it for the Pirates.
Slipped off his hand as it was going up.
So Reyes, again, will slow things down. Picked up by Sims. Fennell for three. That's good.
You can't give him that much room. Williams makes a mistake there. Fennell on fire in the first half. He had 12. Shock up another three for Vida. 49-32. Back to a 17-point lead for the Pirates. 10-17 away from a spot in round 2 of the 3C2A men's basketball playoffs on Saturday against El Camino Compton. Stay tuned at SoCalCollegeSports.com. Back to a 17-point advantage for the Pirates after a 3-ball from Vida Fennell. It's a quick 6-0 run and an impressive response here from the Pirates battling adversity. We talked about they were stuck on 42 what seemed like forever. It's a 7-2 run to get it back to 17 after IVC had closed it within 12. Harvey from deep, that's short. Rebounded by Trevor LeCount. So it's Young, LeCount, Reyes, Fennell, and Hankerson.
I started to make the point that Coleman going to the bench certainly seems to have stalled the Lasers, and here he is at the scorer's table.
A great slip there by Vida Fennell. Good catch. That's a tough pass. Sims in transition with a steal. Sims all the way working on Isaiah Reyes. Maybe goaltending up top. That's a great find there from Cordell Hankerson, coming back in transition to get a tap on it. Reyes back the other way, off to Hankerson, wide open from the corner, Cordell. Got to get back on defense now. 20-point lead for the Pirates. We have a timeout here by IVC. Is this going to be a timeout on the floor? Was there a wet spot?
No, it was a timeout taken by Jerry Hernandez.
So there is a timeout taken by the Lasers. 9:19 to go, and Ventura solidifying their control on this ball game, courtesy of the three-pointer from Cordell Hankerson. 10-2 run to get it back to 20 for Ventura. We'll take a break in the actions ourselves. Back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports.
And remember, everybody, to join us March 9th through the 12th as we bring you the 3C2A Men's and Women's Basketball Championships live from Las Positas College. You can tune into those championship games on our website, www.socalcollegesports.com, or on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And remember to follow us on Twitter at SoCal College SPO, S-P-O.
Well, Matt, if you're looking for a good read, Promenade Press, new book out by author Marissa Crane, The Devil is a Skilled Ventriloquist. You can find it on Amazon, courtesy of Promenade Press.
Absolutely, and Marissa is a phenomenal author.
52-32. That's going to be a foul called probably on Fennell. And indeed, Vida the offending party. And that's number 7, 1-1 the rest of the way. For the Lasers. That shot up, no good.
Well, you certainly can't afford to miss free throws if you're Irvine Valley.
You have to make every opportunity count. Missed one there for IVC. Reyes from 3. That's just another bad shot early in the shot clock. You don't need it. No, you're up by 20, but work the clock. And this is going to be an easy one. Williams off to Hernandez, looking for Coleman inside. Vida gets away with a possible foul, reaching over. Young in transition, lays it up but not in. Coleman with a rebound. Williams off to Turner in transition, looking for Harvey down low. Harvey double teamed by LeCount, trying to get the ball out. Nearly lost it out of bounds. They enter inside to Coleman, wide open, and Coleman can't get it to go point blank. It's going to be an over the back by Lance Coleman, the second. And the struggles continue here for Lance.
Mike, it's fascinating to watch a guy like Cordell Hankerson at his size really function like an enforcer, but I think Coleman sort of sensed his presence there, and we've seen Hankerson swat away a couple of shots here tonight.
Hankerson, a terrific athlete, and when he's locked in defensively, he's a fun player to watch. Very, very good on the ball, and we've seen him very good in transition here tonight. Reyes to the rack, has it blocked by Harvey. That's a tall order. Back the other way. Turner now gets away with the travel. No,
nice travel.
He traveled twice on that possession. We're going back the other way.
It's a nice job by LeCount in transition as well. Not giving him his body, backing off there a little bit when Turner's looking for contact.
Cowan working on Hernandez to his right. Back left, off to Hankerson. Hankerson goes baseline, nearly lost it, gives back out to Eddie. Eddie with 10 on the shot clock, gets a screen from Trevor LeCount. They go inside, that's a great feed. LeCount, Harvey comes over with the block, a lot of contact, no call. Williams off to Turner, inside to Coleman. Coleman gonna go to work, baseline, drop step, left-handed shot is good.
Mike, Coleman starts with entirely too good a position if you're Ventura. That's the problem Fennell has there.
Well, Fennell pretty content with staying behind the offensive player, but what he needs to do is make the offensive player start out further from the basket.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. Staying playing behind him might be all right, but not when he's 4 feet from the basket.
Another great slip from Vida. Fennell can't get that one to go. Vida's cooled off considerably here in the second half. Still leads all scores. Williams jets into the front court. Oh, nice spin move there. Can't lay it up and in. Gets his own rebound. Nearly lost it out of bounds. There's a scrum for it. It's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to go back to the Pirates.
You know, I think the Lasers tonight are about 5 for 15 on point-blank layups, and that's an unofficial number, but it certainly goes a long way toward explaining the score that we see right now. Just some point-blank shots that are just not going down.
Short timeout on the floor here as they clean up the wet spot. Frank back into the ball game, comes on for Trevor LeCount.
And the clock now just maybe starting to become a real factor here at under 7 minutes to go.
6:51 to go. It's an 18-point advantage for Ventura. We've seen crazier things before, but this is not a team in IVC that shoots it lights out from the 3. Hankerson had a wide open look from 3. Nearly thought about it a second time. Instead kicks it back out to Frank. Cowan and Reyes now onto the floor for Ventura. Reyes gets a screen from Frank. Behind the back dribble, in, throws it out of bounds.
And again, Reyes, they're not quite on the same page with the player off the ball. We saw him throwing out of bounds, not being on the same page with Young. That time it was Cowan and a miscommunication.
Cowan and Reyes, they have played on the floor sparingly throughout the season. Reyes, for a large part early in the season, did not play a lot of minutes due to a knee injury. He's back to full strength. But sometimes the cohesion might be off at times on certain possessions. We see it rear its ugly head right there. Hernandez with it, dribbling out front to Turner. Harvey down low, guarded by Fennell. Harvey goes to work, great up and under, left-handed layup, no good. Another point-blank layup, Jeff. 5 for 16 now.
Yeah.
I don't think that was hyperbolic number.
Yeah. Lower half of the body, Harvey was fantastic there. He did everything right, just didn't finish the layup with the left hand.
Timeout on the floor. And it's a full one taken by Ventura. They're going to talk things over, see if they can strike a dagger here. 5:52 to go. 18-point advantage, and the Pirates on the doorstep here to Saturday. Live on the VC Sports Network, brought to you by Joe Cap and Crown Plaza Ventura Beach, Ventura's only beachfront hotel. It's 3C2A men's basketball coverage. Ventura at Irvine Valley in Ventura. Looking to score the road win. Hankerson in the high post, dribbles back out. Kicks into Fennell, give and go. It's going to be a foul on Fennell, warding off on the handoff. He stuck his backside out. So it's a turnover. IVC now with it. Great hands from Hankerson, but it falls right into the hands of Williams.
That's a rare bad break for the Pirates tonight. Hankerson did a good job getting a hand on that one in the passing lane, or right to Williams.
Reyes back the other way, has that shot blocked. Might have been a goaltend. Looked like it maybe went off the backboard and then was tapped by the defensive player.
No, I think he got it before it hit the backboard. Pretty good view of it.
Reyes dribbling out front, looking for a screen from Fennell. Dribbling up and down. Oh, tries to go inside to Frank. It's stolen. Coleman can't keep it from going out of bounds. Going to stay here with the Pirates. Only 5 on the clock. Coach Akeem Ward instructing Reyes from the sideline here on what to do on this play. Baseline out of bounds, 5 to shoot. Cowan going to inbound to Fennell. Fennell going to go to work right away. Left-handed shot, up and good for Vida Fennell.
5 on the shot clock. If you're Irvine Valley, you have to take that option away, make them pass it farther outside.
Agreed. Back to an 18-point advantage for Ventura, under 5 to go. Williams out front. I think he's got to take that shot. You're in dire straits with the clock. Turner's going to fire from 3. That's good. At least somebody heard me. 54-39. Reyes brings it up for Ventura. Some contact there. Wide open. Cordell Hankerson drives the baseline. Gives off to Vida Fennell. Reyes wide open from 3. Gets his man in the air. Harvey, that's a shot up on the rim. A lot of contact. Reyes doesn't get the call. Doesn't like it. Slow to get back. It's 5 on 4. Coleman from 3. Yes, sir. 6-0 run. 2 3-balls back-to-back for IVC. It's down to a 12-point advantage.
And this is what you need if you're IVC, is about a 12-0 run to get it down to a manageable number.
Hankerson wide open from 3. It's an air ball. I think he was surprised he was so wide open. I think part of his conscience thought it was a bad shot. Ventura looks disheveled defensively. They need to respond in a hurry. Coleman goes to the fadeaway and 1.
Mike, in this type of situation, if you're Ventura, you cannot let your defensive effort lapse. That's what's going to close the door here. You can't become so focused on what's happening on the offensive side of the ball that you start having lapses on defense, because that's where the run's going to happen for Irvine Valley.
Down to a 10-point lead. Ventura about a minute and a half ago had a hammer lock on this one, under 5 to go. They were up 19.
Yeah, they've led by as many as 22 in this second half. They're going to have to close the door on the defensive end.
Free throw up and good. So Coleman converts on the end one. Reyes lost it in transition. 4 on 1. Numbers the other way. Stolen by Isaiah. Isaiah back the other way. And that's an intentional foul. Intentional foul. Well, that's clearly an intentional foul that was missed by the referees. You know exactly what Williams wants to do there. He wants to stop the break going the other way. He reaches out and hugs Isaiah Reyes. Where's 2 shots in the ball?
Let's talk about what a fantastic recovery that was by Reyes after the turnover.
You got to love how the freshman stayed in on that play. Oh, the Pirates getting dirty, but Williams comes away with it. Numbers for IVC. You got to get back if you're the Pirates. Coleman into the lane. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Eddie Cowan. 3:09 to go. It's a 9-point advantage for the Pirates and an opportunity to close the goal. And we have a timeout called on the floor. We had 2 people
Joey
calling.
Ramirez got to be a little careful here.
Joey's got to be careful, but at the same time, he's got a great point. He's calling a timeout. Eddie Cowan's mouthing a timeout to the referee. And finally, after about 2 or 3 seconds of contact from the defending player, no foul call.
Yeah, but I think I think your point is exactly right. But I think you know from the experience that you have, that you got to make your point very quickly there, but you're not going to win that argument long term. So you got to make your point quickly and then get out of there before you get one or two words in too many and you end up giving them a couple of free throws in the form of a technical.
Yeah, but at the same time, you have the missed intentional foul call, clearly an intentional foul by Williams just a couple possessions ago. Then you have that missed. I mean, if I have two players for the – well, you have a player and a coach calling a timeout, mouthing it to the referee, I mean, do I need something? Is it a verbal enough?
Yeah.
If you can hear it, are you going to say if you're the referee, I can't hear
and
it?
he's in position right there. He's only about 4 or 5 feet from Eddie Cowan. So
it's not like this is – I mean, what's a tough place to play?
Yeah. The old Chicago Stadium. You know how I love the 80s.
Yeah, you know, I was hoping you would go with an 80s reference.
The Garden, I guess, back in the day. What's tough now, Oracle? I mean, that can't be an easy place to play.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, there you go. It's not Oracle Arena. It's not like you can't hear yourself here.
Yeah.
Good energy here in the game down the stretch. 3:04 to go. Ventura up by 9. They score on this possession. That's going to be a tall order for IVC to come back in this one, but they've made a valiant effort here in the second half to get back into it. They could have easily gone away after they went down by 22. Huge run for the Lasers. Can they pull off an amazing comeback in the play-in round? They go to a half-court trap. Does IVC. Cowan and Isaiah Reyes out on the floor. They enter in at the high post at the top of the key to Frank. Here comes a double. Reyes over to Cowan. 8 on the shot clock. Reyes jets forward to the lane, lays it up and gets it to go against double coverage.
It's textbook in how to drain the clock, and then you just go to a guy like Reyes who has the jets to finish. Nice combination for the Pirates.
Kicked on the nitrous, and Reyes to the cup with the finish. Good cutoff there from Cowan. Hernandez from 3, it's short. Rebounded by Hankerson. Nice box out.
Good defensive set and a one and done for the Pirates.
2:12 to go. Well, if I'm El Camino Compton, I'm just like, hey, this is a completely different team in the second half on both sides. I don't know if we can beat Ventura. I think they probably feel pretty good about themselves after watching them in the second half. After the first half, Ventura looked really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, El Camino has had a magnificent season, and they will be definitely an entirely different test for Ventura on Saturday night if this score holds here over the last couple of minutes.
Jeff, have you figured out the logistics yet, or are you going up to Ventura, or are you going to El Camino?
You know how I like to wait for you to weigh in on that kind of stuff. I'm sure you've got a...
We could flip a coin.
I'm sure you got a thought on it. Hey, you know, I'm a team player, Michael. You know, we're going to have 2 terrific games, so, you know, wherever we are is wherever we are. Well, we'll be in both, but...
It's true.
You know where I'm going.
Oh, I know. Coming up on the 2-minute mark here in the bowl game, 56-45. Coleman from 3. And a quick timeout by Coach Jerry Hernandez.
You know, Mike, he had 32 points, did Coleman, the first time these two teams met. And, you know, if we walk away from this game and this score holds and the Pirates hold on here, it's going to be hard for Laser fans to think we just only got 20 minutes out of him tonight, which is not to say that the effort wasn't there, but they got the Coleman that they've seen for 20 minutes, and it's, what might have been had he been able to get himself going earlier in this contest, because it's just an 8-point game.
So IVC takes a timeout. They'll set up the full court press when we come back here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Could we have an amazing finish here down the stretch? Under 2 minutes ago, 156. It's an 8-point advantage now for Ventura.
Are we going to get a, you know, if you're a Ventura fan, you don't want to see that Cerritos Long Beach game that we had. Just a miracle finish for the Falcons. What was that? That was about a 10-point game in with a minute to go.
No, you don't want to see that. Reyes into the front court, and he's going to be fouled.
Well, this is an advantage that the Pirates have. Two tremendous ball handlers in the backcourt, Cowan and Reyes, and they are an incredibly difficult team to press, as we have made that point seemingly over and over again this season in our coverage.
Well, Reyes only shooting about 67% from the stripe on the season. He's had his struggles here tonight.
Yeah, since coming back, it's been hit or miss.
He misses on the front end of the 1-on-1. 1:50 to go. Williams turns a corner.
Yeah, no help there.
Nobody helps. It's a layup. It's a 6-point advantage. Cowan nearly threw it away. Hankerson saves it. Hankerson will keep it. It's stolen by Williams. Williams with the steal. IVC can cut it to 3. Williams off the Turner and the weave. 17 on the shot clock. IVC going to have to go to work here. 1:18 to go. Down the stretch we come. Turner gives it off to Coleman, wide open from 3, in and out. Oh, IVC needed that one. It's a foul by Coleman on Fennell. And Fennell, we've talked about how good he's been from the stripe. We'll go to it right now for the 1-and-1.
Fennell, in conference play, I knew this would happen, 83% from the line during the conference season. And I got to tell you, that's lower than I thought it would be when I looked up that number. And he's been outstanding, and he's got a chance here to make it a 3-possession game with 1:09 remaining.
Cordell Hankerson grimacing right now. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good for Vida Fennell. Was there ever any doubt? Can make it a 3-possession ball game right here. It's already 3-possession if you think about it. As the miracle 4-point play happens in the final minute 9. Second free throw up, and it's good.
What a response by Fennell. The first time these two teams met, Fennell played 11 minutes in the second half, had no points and 1 rebound. That's how thoroughly the Lasers took him out of the game.
Completely different story here tonight. He had 12 at the half. Turner gets his man up in the air, drives the lane, can't get the layup to go. Another missed opportunity, point blank for IVC, and that'll probably do it. 54 seconds to go. It's an 8-point lead for Ventura, and Count with an opportunity to add to it right here.
Well, it finishes not completely unlike the way it started. They got themselves back within 6, had a pretty good look for 3 for Coleman. In and out. And then Turner, point blank. Good contest by Frank, but one that Turner probably should finish. Can't get it to go. And the Pirates taking advantage, knocking down some free throws here in the final minute.
Double bonus here for the Pirates as Cowan hits on the first. Turner will come off. Sells back into the ball game. Will come on for defensive purposes in transition. He'll come on for Trevor LeCount. Well, for IVC, it's what might have been your down 6. Coleman with a wide open 3. If that goes, man, could have had quite the finish. Instead, it looks like the Pirates are probably going to run away with this one. Get out of here with a win. 47 seconds to go, 59-50. Hankerson falls down. Coleman buries that one from 3. So it's a 6-point advantage and hold of home.
Yeah, back to a 2-possession game. And Joey Ramirez wants to make sure that they're set up to get this one in play.
Frank will come back in. He'll come on for Sells.
And I got to tell you, in this situation, 43.4 remaining, obviously the temptation is going to be to try and get the ball in Cowan or Reyes' hands for maximum ball handling. But if I'm Ventura, think about having Vida Fennell back there, get the ball in his hands, see if you can make him foul Fennell immediately.
Yeah, Fennell is actually a pretty good passer in terms of being able to see over the defense. You wonder if his man maybe not that adept in covering in the full court.
Yeah, maybe get it to Fennell center court,
At
try
least
an
use him
angled
as an
pass
outlet. Yeah, correct.
To Reyes or Cowan.
And you bring in Frank. Frank likely pretty good from the stripe on the season.
No, actually, we've talked about that.
That's right. 52%. Wow.
Yeah, the number is lower than you would expect, though not a lot of free throw attempts on the season for Thomas Frank. So,
yeah, I feel like that number would normalize.
Could be an aberration.
In the mid-70s, should he have shot more from the stripe on the season? 43 seconds to go.
And, of course, the one other player to consider, Hankerson will be on the floor. He shoots 80% from the line, so he's another guy that you'd like to have the ball in his hands if you can. Because if you're Irvine Valley in this situation, you got to foul immediately.
And Hankerson got a bit of a hobble. I talked about the facial grimace a couple of possessions ago. It was near side on the table right in front of us. And Frank is going to bring the ball in. Hankerson comes up and gets it. He's the first to touch it. Gives off to Cowan. Cowan all by himself. He's going to run a little clock here. IVC needs to foul. They do. The Pirates can hit from the free throw line here down the stretch. Going to make their job a lot easier here to close out IVC on the road. Free throw up and good for Eddie.
Yeah, Cowan a 56% foul shooter.
Sells back into the ball game for Frank. Second free throw up and good. Nothing but net for Eddie Cowan. Zuri hands off to Djokovic. Djokovic guarded by Sells. Great on-ball defense from Ryan. They're looking for Coleman. Coleman looked like he traveled. That looked like a foul from Reyes. Coleman trying to get that one back. Taps it out of bounds. It'll go back to the Pirates.
Yeah,
Under
Reyes,
20 seconds to go.
Yeah, Reyes contesting that shot, but certainly seemed to bring the arm forward. Might have gotten away with one there.
They like to say that he got all ball. Not a made shot, so Eddie cannot run the baseline here. He needs to watch his feet. They enter into Fennell, and Fennell, that's the man you want with it. They give off to Frank, another pretty good shooter. Maybe not from the stripe. They go back to Eddie Cowan, and Cowan's fouled with 13 seconds to go.
Well, my memory is that we've made that point a couple times about Frank being surprisingly low in terms of percentage from the free throw line, but my memory is also that when we're making that point, he seems to be knocking down a couple of free throws, and we're talking about how it doesn't make sense that his percentage is so low. Be interested to see what his current streak is in terms of free throws.
Free throw rattles in and out, back in again for Eddie Cowan. Can get it to double digits with a made free throw right here. Hankerson comes off, replaced by Sturgeon. Fennell will come off.
Pirates only put 26, maybe 27 on the board here in the second half. IVC really able to change the pace in this one more to their liking here in the second half. But you have to give the Pirates a lot of credit for gutting this one out, the effort on the defensive end. And they were able to win it ugly here in the second half, but maintain control throughout.
Yeah, but that's the kind of win that builds character and can really bring a team together. Hey, you know what? We didn't play our best game in the second half. We were so good in the first. Something to build off of moving forward against El Camino Compton on Saturday. That will do it as the three falls for Williams. 63-56, your final here from the Laser Dome. Back in a moment with a quick recap and our coverage slate going forward here throughout the week in the first week of the playoffs in the 3C2A for men's and women's basketball. Stay tuned, everybody. That's a wrap. Ventura winner over IVC here, 63-56, and a thrilling finish. I was talking with Coach Hernandez, Jeffrey, at the end, and I just complimenting him on his effort as a coach to really keep his team focused. Easily could have went away in that second half. They go down by 22 to get it to within 6, and Coleman with an opportunity to get it down to 3. Coleman finishes with 18. That's 16 in the second half for the leading scorer for the Lasers.
Yeah, exactly what you would expect. We've had some experience covering Irvine Valley. Always well coached, always tremendous effort. You're going to see that from a Jerry Hernandez coach team. So certainly we wouldn't have expected anything different but for them to finish out and play hard for another 20 minutes, and that's exactly what happened. And ultimately, the Pirates had to be very sharp in the second half before it was all said and to get this one done.
Yeah, the suited low A's trying to go runner, but it fell up just a little short here.
You know what they did? They got to the 4 flush on the turn just to create a little nerves, and then the blank fell on the river, just to complete the analogy.
Finishing with 18-11, that was Lance Coleman for the Pirates. Leading the way was Vida Fennell. He had a fantastic first half, only 7 in that second half, but he does finish with a double-double, 19 and 11, 14 points for Cordell Hankerson and 11 for Isaiah Reyes. The Pirates move on. They will take on the Tartars from El Camino Compton Center on Saturday. We will have coverage for you on Saturday. Double-header variety at 2 locations.
Yep.
Jeffrey?
We've done it before.
We have.
We'll do it again.
You will likely be at El Camino. I will be up with the women up at Ventura. Again, your final score, 63-56. The Pirates a winner here over IVC on the road, and, man, looking like a tough out here in the South.
Well, they will certainly have their hands full on Saturday night, and we'll see. But they were the one team, we should update, they were the one team to go on the road here in the play-in games and win tonight. So they advanced. The other 3 home teams, all winners, Antelope Valley, San Diego Miramar, and Riverside all winners tonight. So they advanced. So certainly credit due to the Pirates. And first part of the question that we asked, is this a different team now than early in the season? They took care of business tonight, but it only gets tougher from here. So we'll see if they can spring what would be a little bit bigger upset on Saturday.
Yeah, if they can put 2 halves together that look like the first half here tonight, I think they're going to be in pretty good shape on Saturday.
Might just get it done.
We will wait and see until Saturday. Special thanks, of course, to Athletic Director here at Irvine Valley, Keith Shackelford, Shaq, Jerry Hernandez, of course, Brent Shaver, SID, Will Cowan, of course, Athletic Director, Robin Hester at VC as well. For Jorge Zepeda, for Matt Henson, for Jeffrey Stornoff, I'm Mike Zepeda signing off. SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage continues on Saturday with the doubleheader, men's and the women's for Ventura. And stay tuned to our website. We might have coverage of men's basketball on Friday. Still waiting to hear back on that. Thank you for joining us, everybody.